welcome to my channel. This is a practice that is super energetic. It has a lot of jumping, and the aim of the jumping is to help increase bone density, which is super healthy for your bones. If you are on your period, then I would suggest skipping this one and coming back to it after your period. If you want to do it on your period, that's fine. Nothing bad will happen. It's just that it's a lot of jumping, it's a lot for the abdomen. The video looks a bit different at the start and the end. The practice is the same practice, but I just had to re-record the last bit. Enjoy the practice. We're going to start today in Asana, which is a cross-legged seated position. So you can cross the legs, see if you can bring the feet underneath the knees, bring the hands beside your hips. So on the floor, it can be nice to have to be on fingertips, like to make a cup shape with your hand, and then press down through the fingers to lift the chest. Just bring the elbows a little bit towards each other. Then bring your left hand to the floor beside you. Reach it away from you. You can slide it along the mat and lift the right arm up and over. Really reaching all the way along your ear, or like towards the side of your head. With your left hand, press into the floor to bring the right hip back down. Then you can lift yourself up again. Okay, hopefully you can still see me. Then do the other change of the legs. So making sure the other leg is in front. You also want to be in the video. Then let the right hand slide along the mat beside you. Lift the left arm up and over. Again, really reaching with the left fingertips. Press the right hand into the floor. Help lower the left hip back down to the floor. And then come all the way up. From here, roll over your hands and knees. So I'm going to turn to the side so you have a better view. Roll over your knees so that you come to a hands and knees position, tabletop. From here, we do one round of cat-cows. So on an inhale, drop the belly, look forward. And then as you exhale, round the back. Tuck your toes and lift yourself to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Reach the heels towards the floor. On your next exhale, release the knees down to the floor again. And then when you inhale, look forward, release the belly. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, tuck the toes, come to Adho Mukha Svanasana, come to downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here, keep extending the legs, reaching the heels towards the floor. On your next exhale, again, release the knees down. Inhale, let the belly release, look forward. Exhale, around the back. And then inhale, tuck the toes. Come one more time to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Press the hands into the floor. Lift your hips up and back. And then on your next inhale, you can bend the knees, look forward to your hands, and do a small hop forward, bring both feet at the same time, if possible. Lengthen the legs and then release your head and your neck. If your hands can't touch the floor here, if they come up when you forward fold, that's fine. Just hold onto your elbows. On an inhale, you can bring the hands to the hips. Bring the elbows together, look forward, reach down through the feet to come to standing. And then turn, if you're not there already, to the long side of your mat. come to stand in Tadasana, in your mountain pose. The feet, ideally the feet will be together. If you are doing this practice on your period, or if you have lower back pain, the feet can be hips width distance apart. But if you're fine, then bring the feet side by side. Reach the fingertips down. Lengthen the crown of the head towards the ceiling. Bring the hands above the chest and the index fingers are almost touching. Reaching the elbows up and still keeping the crown of the head lifted. From here you can bend the knees, inhale, and then take a big jump. You want to keep the feet pressing into the floor, hands reaching away from you. It's like you're trying to touch the two walls. And then from here, turn your left leg slightly in, your left foot slightly in, should I say, and turn the right leg all the way out. Just making sure the hips are level so you're not falling into that right leg. And then reach towards the right. We're going to Trikonasana. Bring your hand down to the leg. Lift the left arm up. And if it's fine for your neck, you can look up at the hand. On an inhale, press down through the feet and lift yourself up. Now we're going to turn the feet. If you can, keep the arms raised, like keep the arms active. Turn the left leg out, turn the right heel out. And again here with the hips level, reach to the left and bring the left hand to the inside of the leg. Lift the right arm up. And then again, press down through the feet and lift yourself up as if someone's pulling your right arm up. Turn one more time so that you're in the shape of a star. And then bending the knees, we're gonna jump back. Jump the feet together, jump the hands together, Tadasana, from Tadasana. And we're gonna do the same thing. We're going to warrior two, but same in and out. Jumping in, jumping out. Bring the hands in front of the chest, bend the knees, and then big jump. Circling the arms. Turn the left toes in, turn the right leg out. Again, leveling the hips, spreading the arms. Here it's like someone is pulling your left arm a little bit so that you keep the abdomen in the center, and then bend the right knee. Maybe you need to take a bigger step. You need to take a slightly bigger step. Arms spreading, and then you can look over the right fingertips. Straighten your leg. If you can keep the arms lifted, if you're feeling strong, keep the arms lifted. Otherwise, bring the hands to the hips. And then turn the legs around. So you're going to the other side. This time as if someone is pulling on your right arm while you bend your left knee. Making sure that knee is not falling in or falling out, but really going in the same direction as the toes. And then you can exhale, straighten the leg, turn the feet forward, pause here in the star shape, bend the knees, and then jump back together. I always have a hard time getting my feet together, but I think it comes with practice. And then for this part, you might need the block. So just have the block. Let's start on the right side. We have the block on the right side of the back of the mat. We're going to do Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. I'm going to start a little bit to the side. Usually I would start in the center, but I'm going to fall on my table otherwise. So if you have to adjust, move yourself a little bit to the side of your mat. You want a lot of space on the right side, but enough space to jump still. Bring the fingertips together. When you jump, be careful not to jump on your block. Bend the knees, inhale, jump. Turn the left toes in, turn the right leg out. We start going through triangle pose, so reaching the right arm forward, bring the right hand down, lift the left arm up, come to your basic triangle position. Then you can bend the right knee, place your hand on the block, move the block a little in front of your foot and start to walk the left foot in. Press your right hand into the block and you can lift your left leg. Once your left leg is raised, you can try and straighten the right leg as well. And keep the left arm lifted. If possible, we're going to go out how we came in, bending the right knee, place the left foot down, straighten the right leg. Trikonasana, triangle pose. And like someone's pulling you with the left arm, press down through the feet and lift the chest. Turn the feet forward, bend the knees, and jump yourself back together. Release the arms, Tadasana. Now we have to readjust. Are you gonna? No, okay. Place the block on the other side of the mat. Find your space, your position. Tadasana again. Just catching your breath. Bring the fingertips together. Bend the knees. Inhale. Take a big step or a big jump. Stretch the arms out to the side. Turn your right toes in. Turn your left toes out. Reach towards the left. Come to triangle pose. And then you can bend that left knee. Bring the left hand onto the foot. You can have the block, bring the left hand onto the block. You can have the block slightly in front of your foot and start to walk your right foot in. You can start to lift the right leg and then even straighten the left leg. There's always going to be one side. For me today it's this side. That is a little harder, where balance is more tricky. If you can look all the way up at your right hand. If I do that, I fall over. But falling over is also fine, so give it a go if you like. Just turn your head all the way up and then back down. Ooh. Yeah. From here, again, coming out like we came in, bend the left knee, step the right foot back, come for a moment to Trikonasana, and press down through the feet and lift your chest. Turn both feet forward, bend the knees, jump yourself back together, release the arms. Tadasana. We're going to go back down to the floor and do a little bit more jumping. I'm going to use the block again. So the block will be on the lowest height, I think is best for this, at least to start with. You can come to a downward dog and have the block. It's a little easier when it's closer to your feet. Have the block underneath you, like I'm showing. Just take a few breaths to kind of even out the body in down dog. We've just done a lot of things on one side and things on the other, but in downward dog, both arms and both legs are doing the same actions. That can be nice and a bit more calming. And from here, bend the knees and jump over the block. If you're straightening the legs, then bend the knees again and jump back. Downward dog. Lengthen the back, lengthen the legs. One more time, bend the knees. You can even look forward if you like and jump over the block. It's hard to jump and speak at the same time. One more time, jump back. See if you can jump really high. Let's just take a few more breaths of rest here in between. And when you're ready, bending the knees, seeing how high you can jump, and then back. You can go faster if you want to do more. And if you want to challenge yourself, you can lift the block up. Okay, last one. Bend the knees, look forward, and jump. And then jump back. Release the heels to the floor. And press the hands into the... From here, from the downward dog, after the jumping, you can just move the block to the side, lower the knees to the floor, bring the toes together behind you, and then press your hips back towards your heels. Let the sitting bones rest on the heels, and you can let your forehead release down to the floor. If your forehead doesn't reach the floor, you can always bring the block like this and let the head rest on the block. Take a few inhales and exhales in the child's pose. Resting and just coming back to your breath. And you can start to walk the hands back towards your legs. Press yourself up. If you had a block there, you can remove it. And then you can come again to the cross-legged Svastikasana position from the beginning of the class. Again, pressing the fingertips down beside your hips. To roll the shoulders back, you can bend the elbows backwards. And then stretch the hands forward, having the hand palms facing each other. On an inhale, lift the arms up. As you exhale, turn to the right. Bring one hand behind you, one hand on the knee. With the hand behind you, you can stay on the fingertips and really press into the floor. On an inhale, turn to the front again. Change the crisscross of the legs. Bring the hands in front of you, hand palms facing each other. As you inhale, lift the arms up. And then turn to the left. One hand behind you, one hand on the knee. Again, pressing down into the floor with the hand behind you to help you turn. And then turning back to the front. From here, we're going to go directly into Shavasana. So come and lie flat on the floor, flat on your mat. You can just let the feet flop out to the side. Let the arms come down beside you. And if you're comfortable to do so, you can close the eyes. Come back to your slow and gentle breath. And for a few moments, just follow your inhale and your exhale. And you can bring the hands to your abdomen. Take some deeper breaths, as if you're breathing into your hands. You can bend the knees one by one, place the feet on the floor, and then roll to the side to come up again to your seated position. Bring the hand palms together in front of the chest. Thank you for your practice.